Alrighty, you guys. So, welcome back to a brand new episode. Today, we are taking a little trip to Brooklyn, and we have another tattoo session. I actually have 3 this week. So, we're going to be working more on the leg tattoos today, and then Thursday, we're working on my blackout sleeve in Philly, and then Friday, doing more portrait work with Rose. So, yeah, I'm excited. We are going to keep working on the Amy Winehouse portrait that I have. We're going to get that wrapped up hopefully today, and then also we are going to be placing a portrait of Norman Bates right behind my knee. Ow. I figured today is going to be a much more painful session, so gotta be a little careful. I don't want to overdo it, but I also want to just get this shit done. And then Friday, I think we're going to be working on a Maxine portrait that goes on the right leg right above Amy. So I'm really excited to keep chipping away and eventually get it all done. So driving into Brooklyn, hopefully traffic isn't going to be too crazy, but honestly, you never know. So fingers crossed. But yeah, thank you so much as always, guys, for tuning on in, and I will check back with you when we get there. I apologize if the audio, is not as crisp as she usually is. Well, I mean, I could plug in the mic. I already started the video. So I think I'm just gonna combine the 2 days with Rose in one. I know I didn't do a intro video for the one that we did today, the Maxine portrait, but just going over. So Tuesday we did, and for anyone curious, the tattoo that was supposed to just be a blackout that turned into a full sleeve and neck tat, it also goes onto my chest and back. We will talk about that as well, but that's going to be its whole own video documenting the entire process. The artist that did it for me, he free-handed it on and we just went from there. But that will be in the future, but you might, see it popping out every now and then. It's not big. It just goes up onto my neck. I was like, God damn. But yeah, so Tuesday with Rose, what we did was back of the knees, right? I said, let's get the one that'll probably be the most painful out of the way. It ended up not being that. It was surprisingly really easy. I did use numbing cream. Now I know I'm not one usually for it, but I'm so over getting tattooed, you guys. So over it. I don't need it for the experience now anymore. I just want to get the artwork done. And Rose knows that. That's why we've been cranking it out. So we did Norman Bates' eyes on the back of my left leg, which is the evil leg. And not that I necessarily identify with the character of Norman Bates. It's more so Anthony. Listen, guys, it's been a long day, okay? This is after 3 days of getting tattooed in a row. I literally can't think right now. Ugh. Fake fan! But I more identify with his story. If y'all know about him, then we're not going to go into a whole tangent. But I identify with a lot of his struggle. And I wanted to commemorate an iconic actor and an iconic villain, and a villain that also held a lot of sympathy too. It was monstrous, but you still felt bad for him. And then finished up the Amy Wine, somewhat finished it up. We focus on the faces because the edges are going to kind of overlap and bleed into each other, and until we figure out where everything's going, we have to map it all out. So we focus on the faces and work outwards and then connect them as we go. So yeah, got Amy finished up for the most part. And then today, which is Friday, so there was a space in between the first day with Rose and then the sleeve. And then today we did Maxine from Maxine, kind of the counterpart to Pearl. It looks so good, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get any pictures of me standing there because it was so bloody and red. I'll take pictures when it's healed. Oh, let me speak more on the back of the knee sensation. It really wasn't that bad. Now, I'm telling you, it's because of that damn lotion. And don't go buying, if you're thinking about it, guys, don't go looking for tattoo numbing cream. Don't. What you want to get is a topical hemorrhoid cream. It has the exact same ingredients in it. However, it soaks into the skin and it's just a lotion. It's not going to alter your skin's texture or anything like that, so it's not going to affect the healing of it. a lot of the like numbing balms and numbing creams, especially the kinds that you have to leave on for a long period in like a thick layer, those are really bad for your tattoo's healing process, so stay away from those. But on Amazon, you can buy a huge ass bottle of hemorrhoid cream for like $8, whereas numbing creams marketed towards tattoos, which have the exact same ingredients, are like $40. So that's, if you're thinking about it, put it on 20 to 25 minutes before you start tattooing. It helps. It's not gonna work miracles, but it helps. I really did not feel much working on the back of my knees, and that's very rare. That's a very sensitive area for me. We've gotten close before and I was like, cut it off there, Rose. So it really did help. I did not use numbing cream for this, which was a lot. I'll talk about it now, but it'll be gone over again in the future. He free-handed it on, which took about 3.5 hours. And then the outline of it, so many lines right in my ditch, the inside of my elbow, so many lines going across my elbow. And on top of that, he went into my armpit. I'm weird, like really bony areas on me don't hurt to get tattooed as much. Like my elbow, I kind of enjoy a little bit. Ugh. It's very intense, but it's not a painful feeling per se. The armpit, extremely intense, only because I'm so freaking ticklish. It tickled, but it tickled so much that it hurt. And I literally had to like cross my legs, bite my thumb. It tickled so much. Like, y'all know in Dragula when Hollow Eve gets hers done and she's just like flinching, laughing. No, legit, you're still ticklish even with a tattoo gun in there. It's a wild feeling. But anyway, so I didn't use the numbing cream on that because he was hand drawing. When I go back for the next session, yes, we are going to use it. And then today for the Maxine one, it was kind of a touchy area. I think I'm just exhausted. After the tattoo yesterday, I went home, had something to eat, and then I just passed out, you guys, at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Terrible. I woke up at 11-ish and was just like, okay, well, I'm going to be up in Vermont for a bit. Let me get some stuff filmed so that that's good to go. And by the time that I got like everything done that I needed to get done, plus sending out some merch stuff, it was literally 5 a.m. and my appointment was at 11. So I had to leave by like 9. So I did not sleep. I actually took a couple of little mini naps on the table. There was one point where I think Rose noticed that I was sleeping and she knew I was exhausted, and so she just kind of stopped for a while and let me sleep. Bless her. It was just a very long week. Oh my gosh. Exhausting, but in the best way. And then, yeah, the Maxine portrait, I did use the ointment on that, but it's just a touchy area. I remember Pearl being pretty sensitive back there too. And I have heard that upper legs are gnarly. So, I mean, of course I'm not looking forward to that. Of course not. But you gotta do what you gotta do. And I'm just thinking, like, just get it done and then you never have to touch that area ever again. But we were only able to get, like, really just focus on her face, getting a good, real first pass down on her face and the details there. Just because Rose knew, she knew I was so exhausted and beat out. Even if I had gotten enough sleep, there was just no way I was gonna last that long. I originally was only supposed to have one session with her, and then some things opened up and I was like, yeah, F it, might as well. But when I stood in the mirror and saw Maxine, and she's like looking over her shoulder towards Pearl. It fits. It works. It's looking like it's really coming together. And as hodgepodge as it all is, it is looking like it's starting to make sense. And I love that. I love that. But I did talk with Rose about some possible future things other than portraits. Just because I do have other ideas for like what I want on my body. And I feel most comfortable with Rose. So, you know, might as well. But yeah, so that's just kind of the rundown on that, what we did. After the fact now, like, I'm doing good. It doesn't really hurt all that much. I will say I'm thankful that back of the knees didn't kill me too badly. The next day I was pretty sore, a little black and blue back there, but it wasn't too bad. Honestly, I just take some Aleve and that makes me feel better. But yeah, thank you so much, you guys. I hope y'all are having a great day. Once again, not really sure when this will post. The vlogs are just kind of random. Sprinkle them in between, you know, movie reviews and whatnot. I am gonna be starting to kind of gear up a little bit. I'm not gonna be pre-filming anything for December. I want to do it all in December this time, you know what I mean? This time. I didn't do it last time, but like October, some of the stuff was filmed a little bit earlier. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning on in. I really do appreciate y'all, your support and, well, yeah, support. You know, your likes, comments. I love hearing from y'all. But let me know your thoughts, guys. Like and subscribe, all that. I hope everyone has a beautiful, wonderful rest of their day, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.